Through every town, through every land, together united hand in hand. History, future, tales unfold. Biafran news, proud and bold. Biafran News Network, strong and clear.
Hello and welcome to Biafra News Network, your trusted source for reliable updates on the ongoing journey toward Biafra's sovereignty. Today, we bring you a comprehensive roundup of significant developments impacting the movement. From major breakthroughs to critical updates on the ground, let's get right into the headlines. We begin with a major development from Finland. Authorities have released 4 Biafrans who were arrested alongside the Biafra Prime Minister, Mazi Simone Ekpa. This announcement came directly from Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, the Biafra Chief of Staff, via her X account. While Simone Ekpa remains in custody, the release of these individuals is a welcome relief for the Biafran community, which has been anxiously awaiting positive news. This development is seen as a step forward for the Biafran movement, with many expressing optimism that Simone Ekpa's release might follow soon. Biafrans worldwide continue to rally behind their leader, urging international bodies to intervene and ensure justice prevails. Tensions remain high in the southeast as Nigerian security forces intensify their attacks on Biafran communities. These actions have led to widespread fear and displacement among residents. In a bold countermeasure, the Biafra Defence Forces, BDF, launched an operation in Okigwe, where they allegedly neutralised many soldiers and destroyed several operational vehicles. Eyewitnesses described the scene as a turning point in the ongoing skirmishes, with the BDF demonstrating resilience in defending Biafran territories. Clashes between the BDF and Nigerian forces have been reported across multiple locations, highlighting the sustained push for liberation amidst what many describe as state-sponsored aggression. The situation remains fluid, with both sides engaged in a tense standoff. In a significant stride for international outreach, the United States of Biafra has officially opened its New Jersey liaison office. This announcement was made during a recent fundraising event, with Dr. Ngozi Orabueze sharing the news. The office aims to strengthen Biafra's global presence and provide a platform for diaspora engagement. Supporters have praised this move as a clear signal of the movement's growing influence, even as internal challenges within the Biafra government persist. Fundraising efforts continue, with a focus on bolstering resources for the movement. The Biafra Chief of Staff, now serving as the acting Deputy Prime Minister, also announced that the Bank of Biafra has been approved and licensed to operate. She promised to introduce it to Biafrans in the coming weeks.
The President General of Ohanaeze Ndigbo Worldwide, Nzi Ozechukwu Fidelis Chukwu, has once again called for the release of IPOB leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. In a statement delivered through Ohanaize's spokesman, Alex Ogbania, the organization described Kanu's detention as unjustified and a moral burden on the Nigerian government. Chukwu emphasized the need for strategic planning within Ohanaeze to address ongoing challenges. He assured the National Executive Committee that steps would be taken to ensure the organization remains a key player in the fight for justice and equity. Meanwhile, the total lockdown of businesses, schools, and offices across Biafra land continues as a show of solidarity with detained IPOB leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Residents remain resolute, with many expressing their determination to sustain the lockdown until Biafra achieves full sovereignty. General Christopher Musa, Nigeria's Chief of Defense Staff, recently addressed the insecurity in the southeast during an interview on Arise News. He claimed that IPOB remains central to the unrest in the region, despite their denials. He also emphasized the importance of communication in resolving conflicts and vowed to prosecute anyone found engaging in illegal activities. When questioned about the role of political thugs exploiting the situation, Musa acknowledged the complexity of the issue, but insisted that IPOB bears significant responsibility for the region's instability.
And is it Ipob that's the problem there, or are there other criminal gangs and even hired political thugs that have taken advantage of the situation? Because Ipob have consistently denied many of the attacks that are credited to them.
Well, they always want to deny it. I mean, basically, but everybody knows, they know it, that they're the ones. It's Ipob and ESN, and again, criminal elements. You know, normally when there's impunity, a lot of acts of criminality, and then criminals take advantage of that. Everybody wants to be part of it, and that's what's happening.
But I mean, insurgent groups tend to want to, admit that they've claim responsibility.
Yeah,
I mean, it gives them power and,
yes.
and makes them more feared. So why would Ipob say they're not the ones who are doing it?
Well, probably because of the nature of the individuals that are involved. It's a two-river. The one in the northeast, basically most of them are illiterate, not too well learned. The ones in the southeast, so they know the implications of what they are doing, and that's why they want to stay away, because in case they have been arrested, they don't want to be prosecuted. So those are the difference we have. But we know them, and then with the arrest, things are really picking up. And the good thing is that we have a good team. Right from the presidency, the judiciary, the National Assembly, the National Security Advisor, the Ministers of Defense, Minister of State Defense, we are working as a team. And I think that's what's giving us this impetus, because we all know these challenges, and we're facing them squarely.
Meanwhile, IPOB has dismissed this as just another piece of government propaganda to tarnish its image, and has continued to demand the release of its leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who was forcibly taken from Kenya in 2021. IPOB has maintained that his detention violates international law and has called on the global community to intervene. Anambra State Governor, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, has expressed doubts about whether releasing Nnamdi Kanu would resolve the insecurity plaguing the Southeast. Speaking during a press briefing, Soludo argued that criminals exploiting the Biafran struggle for personal gain have hijacked the movement. He highlighted the rise of organized crimes such as armed robbery and kidnapping, which he said are driven by greed rather than genuine liberation efforts. Soludo stressed that addressing these issues requires a multifaceted approach, including community engagement and robust law enforcement. Thank you for tuning in to Biafra News Network. Your engagement keeps this movement alive. If you found this update informative, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Let's continue to amplify the voice of Biafra together. See you in the next bulletin.
The question a lot of people from the southeast of Nigeria will ask you is, why are there so many roadblocks in the southeast?
The terrain. We operate based on the terrain. If the terrain is open, it's less. If the terrain is closed, it's more. Because if you don't do that, you give the ability of the enemy to move around freely.
But there is the same kind of terrain in the southwest. There is the same kind of terrain in the Midwest.
Southwest, what is the threat level? The threat level isn't that much. So that's the issue. You see, the thing is that if we make mistakes, people get killed. And people feel we're not doing our job. So we have to take whatever it is that we need to do to ensure that we secure the individual. Sometimes it could be difficult. Sometimes it could be painful. And it seems as if we're being very hard. But it just depends. I mean, you can see that even at that, we're now beginning to reduce, seeing that, look, things are getting better. We don't want to just like that come and impugn on people. No. For us, we don't like it. But sometimes we're forced to do it because that's the only measure we need to do at that time. And once it gets better, we pull out.
Blame upon blame, cover up upon cover up, or trying to reason and rationalize reason has never worked with you. Nobody can rationalize their cover-ups or their blames. They only give birth to deeper sin entanglements. Yes, you created us in your image, O Almighty God of Israel. You know our thoughts before we even speak them. You x-ray the hearts of men and see through our sham excuses and intentions. Your spirit has warned us repeatedly, but we ignored you. Disappointment and discouragement have taken their toll on your children. So today we...
Sincerely